Hi everyone, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another episode of Castle Ravenloft, the Dungeons & Dragons board game, as we are trying to escape the tomb, namely the tomb of Strahd, the horrible, horrible vampire, who could wake up and start chasing us down. So let's see if we can find the stairs to get out of here. We're already in pretty bad shape. Alyssa is down to 2 HP. She has no way of no way of healing. Just checking her cards here. I could maybe... I've been using the careful attack to take out, just automatically do 1 damage to something next to me. Wonder if, no, that's bounding attack. Yeah, no, my hunter shot, the distance attack, still just does 1 damage as well. I was thinking of using the necklace of fireballs, but that was probably overkill given that for Alyssa's first action on this first hero phase, she can just use her careful attack to guarantee a kill for the rat swarm. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Going to use her careful attack as she somehow carefully attacks a swarm of rats. Takes them down. We will add that to the experience pile. We're up to 4 experience. Not enough yet to bounce a terrible encounter, if we get one. Now, she gets to move, but she is slowed, so she only gets to move 2 spaces. But, fortunately, she can still explore because of her scouting ability, as long as there's an unexplored edge on the tile she's on. And I do want to do it because if we don't, we get an encounter guaranteed. This way we only maybe get one. So, exploration phase. Let's pick the next dungeon tile, which is a white one. See, we avoided an encounter, although, having done that, we moved the sun tracker up to the 3rd spot on the track. Time is passing as we're down here. But yeah, we're not going to get an encounter. But we do, of course, get a terrible monster. And hey, our friend the ghoul is back. No, presumably it's a different ghoul. And yes, once again, I automatically get a treasure for killing 1 critter. So we have Blessing, Run. Until the end of your next hero phase, each hero gains +2 speed. Okay, which meant she was actually able to move 2 more spaces, so she got that far. Anyway, oh yes, and we get rid of her slowed status at the end of her actions. Should have done that a moment ago. All right, that is that. No encounter, but yep, the monsters are gonna go at it. The Kobold Skirmisher back here is no longer within 1 tile of the hero, so he's just going to move 1 tile towards her. Going to move here. Next up is the Gargoyle. If they are within 1 tile, they are. Moves, and yeah, it's going to hit us. I'm sure it's going to move adjacent to us. Moves to the closest hero's tile. Actually, it just moves to the tile, so it means it just goes to that spot, the monster spawn point, and attacks with its claws. That's going to be a +8 either way. If it hits, we're dead. 5 and 8 is only 13. It missed. but that still does 1 point of damage to us. So Alyssa is down to 1 already. For an introductory adventure, this is a little unforgiving. Because yes, now we have that ghoul. If they are adjacent to the hero, they're not. If they're within a tile, move adjacent to the closest hero and attack with Claw, which is a +7 on the roll. So they move adjacent to us. Put them there. And oh geez, he only rolled a 2. +7 is only a measly 9. Okay. We are going to get yeah, we're going to get another round out of this before we inevitably drop. Okay, that is the end of that turn. So yeah, I'm just going to relocate the camera a little bit and we'll take another turn. Okay, well, I think we're going to keep using the trusty careful attack because it's a guaranteed kill for the 1 HP stuff that we're always next to. So we're going to do 1 damage to an adjacent monster. The ghoul only has 1 HP. The ghoul is dead. That gives us another 2 experience to go into the pile. We now have enough to bounce an encounter card if it seems particularly nasty. And once again, we have, oh, okay, a treasure item, Glyph of Warding. Use this item during your hero phase instead of attacking. Well, so we can't use it this turn. Place the Glyph of Warding marker on your tile. I think I know where that is. The first monster that moves to that tile takes 1 damage. Discard this card after using it. It's too bad we can't use it now, but so be it. Now, she's going to get to move normally with a +2. She doesn't need it because she's got a speed of 6, and we're just going to go. And 1, 2, 3. Let's head down this way. And that ends her hero phase, so this card goes away. And yeah, that puts us into the exploration phase. Next tile is black triangle. So we place it, grab the next monster. Ooh, new one, skeleton. There we are. Very Harryhausen. Alright. Goes there. We now have to do an encounter because there was a black triangle. Event attack, icy corridor. 10 layer of ice makes it difficult to stand in one place. Attack each hero on the active hero's tile. After the attack, place each hero on the active hero's tile on a tile within 1 tile of the active hero's tile. Heroes can be placed on different tiles. I'm almost tempted to let this just go ahead because we've got 2 monsters that are going to attack us, and possibly there's pretty good odds one of them is going to hit and kill us. So we would be dead at the end of this turn and have to, yeah, and if they both hit us, definitely dead. So even if I used my lucky charm and re-rolled one of them successfully, the other could still hit us. So I'm going to take a dive. Strategically let this happen so that the monsters don't actually activate, because we'll be down and we'll get our healing surge next turn, which I think was going to almost guaranteed to happen anyway. And yeah, this is going to happen no matter what, because even if the Icy Corridor misses, we take 1 damage. So 8 plus 14, yeah. So I'm not going to bounce it, I'm going to take it, going to take the 2 damage, and knock Alyssa down to no HP. Now I suspect because she's actually dead, well, or unconscious or whatever, I don't know if the rest of it takes place. I'm going to assume not. I think they just get hurt and then drop and don't get shoved around. So that means we move on to the villain / monster phase. The monsters don't do anything because as far as they're concerned, there's nobody here. So instead, well, not instead, next we are going to use one of our 2 healing surges. There's 1, that goes away, we have 1 left, and we are back up to 4 hit points, as that is her surge value. Back up, and now she gets a normal turn. I think, looking at it, I think I'm going to actually move onto this tile, because it means we get to avoid the gargoyle from now on, because if they're within a tile of the hero, they attack. Otherwise, the gargoyle does nothing. It just sits there like the big stone lump that it normally is. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to move just a couple, because she can still explore from there. And once again, use that very handy, careful attack to do 1 damage against the skeleton, which is enough to kill it. Put that in our experience pile, and we get another treasure. Fortune, Moment's Respite. Play this fortune immediately. Place this card face up on top of either the encounter deck or the monster deck. The next time a card would be drawn from the chosen deck, discard this card instead. Ooh. Well, I think I'm going to choose, because we have enough experience that we can bounce bad encounters at this point. 1 of them anyway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm going to put this on the monster pile. Which means we're not going to have to spawn a monster this turn. How nice is that? Got lucky there. Alright, so yeah, exploration phase, which she can do even if she's not on the edge. And, oh, I should have decided which way I was going. Well, I think I would probably want to go that way, away from the monsters. Now, normally, we would draw a monster, but we will not. We will instead take this card off the top of the monster pile and discard it to the treasure pile. We do, however, have to take an encounter because of the black arrow. Event, Passage of Time. The unholy air in Strahd's crypts saps the strength from you and your companions. Each hero takes 1 damage. Oh, do I want to bounce that? It's only 1 damage. That could be... No, I think I'm gonna take the hit. We're down to 3 HP. But yeah, there are much worse ones than just taking 1 single guaranteed point of damage. And that, right, then we move on to the monsters. So the Kobold Skirmisher will move 1 tile closer to us. He is He is following us. But yeah, the gargoyle just stays there because we are more than one tile away. Huzzah! All right, next turn, going to reposition the camera again. All right, now as I'm unable to attack anything anyway, I may as well, instead of attacking, I can drop the glyph of warding on this tile, and the first monster that moves in there will take 1 damage. So when that kobold does follow us, as he inevitably will, he's just gonna die. So yeah, here it is. Great big tile to put, a great big token to put on the tile. First monster that moves to or is placed on this tile takes 1 damage, then remove this marker. So we're just gonna put it right there. Discard the treasure card itself. And yeah, now we will move, and she can move up to a nice big 6. 4, well, okay, but yeah, let's go down that away. For which I should have repositioned the camera slightly differently. Just a second. Okay, next tile is black. So we get a crummy encounter, but we're apparently moving through very quickly because time is not passing outside. All right, so on this new tile, we get, a Wraith. Special ability, Death Shriek. When this monster is destroyed, each hero on its tile takes 1 damage. Oh, we might just want to run away from this thing. Wraith, I believe, is one of these fancy translucent figures. There we go. So the Wraith goes there. Now we have to do an encounter. Trap. I do not want to deal with the trap, especially since it's going to damage us no matter what. The spears pop out of the ground, skewering you. Place a spear, you trigger it during the villain phase. Everybody, of course it's going to be on the active heroes tile. Okay, yeah, it's not going to show up there, it's going to show up here. Anyway, we are going to spend 5 experience worth of monsters to avoid having that nasty trap, because it's a guaranteed 1 damage and possibly 3. And it would stay there. And every time we tried to do something in this room, we would still get hurt. Alright. So now the critters get their turn. Up here, you can just barely see it in shot, is the kobold skirmisher, who is going to move onto this next tile over there. The gargoyle, again, just sits there. Now the Wraith. Oh, what does the Wraith do? Something bad, I'm sure. If the Wraith is within 1 tile of the hero, it is. It moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a life-draining claw. Oh, and again, this is a guaranteed 1 damage anyway. It's going to get a +6. Oh, do 3. Okay, yeah, we're going to try to re-roll this one. If we have to. 12 plus 6 is 18. Okay. We're going to re-roll the die. Use our lucky charm. Come on, low number. 18, even higher. Good chance I'm not going to win this. Yeah. 3 damage on a successful hit. which is all she has. So Alyssa is now down. There. I think we're just going to do a lot of running away. Okay. Also, no, I'm thinking. I will think between camera shots, so it don't have me just going. All right, that ends the turn. Poorly. Yeah, I don't think even without Strahd reviving, this isn't looking good. All right, I'll think about what to do next and reposition the camera, and we'll be right back. Oh, okay. Beginning of turn, we are going to use our last remaining healing surge, which brings us back up. And we are once again at 4 HP. We could really use the treasure that's going to heal us. And going to do. Problem is the Wraith has 2 HP, so I think I'm actually going to use my daily on the bounding attack. Place your hero on a tile within 1 tile of you. That would be this. So we just move 1 really, and attack 1 adjacent monster. We get a +6, and if we hit it enough, if we're successful, we will do enough to kill it, because it'll do 3 damage against its 2. Yeah, it had to have 2, didn't it? Alright, so +6. 18 and 6. Okay, yes, we have definitely beat its armor class of 15. We've defeated that. Wraith goes into our experience pile. It's worth 3 experience, which is nice. Now we get another treasure card. Boots of Striding. +1 bonus of speed while this item is in play. That's not a big deal, guys. It's really, really, really not. Alright, so I'm actually going to move around, move up to 6. Well, it's 7 because of my Boots of Striding. Woo. Actually, I'm going to go there just for ease of camera purposes, and it's not going to make any real difference. In fact, I will remaneuver slightly. Alright, exploration phase. I think we have 3 normal tiles to go, and then the one after that will be the exit that we're so desperately seeking. This doesn't look good, though. Yep. Alright. Black. At this point, I would actually almost rather have the vampire awake, and because I think it would probably take him a while to get to us, as opposed to the monsters, which are all over this place. Alright, next monster is Blazing Skeleton. Oh, which is going to automatically do 1 damage to us, even if it misses. Right, so we got another one of these translucent ones. It's hard to tell that there is a skeleton buried in amongst all that flame. And now, yes, an encounter because Black Arrow. You find an ancient chest with a rusty lock. You open a treasure chest. Roll a die. Oh boy. Well, personally, I think I'm going to risk it, even though I could take as much as 2 damage, because the treasures will probably make things better. This could be the last turn, though, because if I take... yeah, okay. High number? 10. That's not a high number. You can see on 1 to 10, I take 2 damage. that did not go well. Because now the monsters get to go. Well, the good news is, the first monster that goes is the Kobold Skirmisher, who moves onto the Glyph of Warding and dies because of it. He goes away. We don't get to draw another treasure card, unfortunately, because we got one. You can only get one per turn. Gargoyle stays put. And the Blazing Skeleton. If the skeleton is within one tile, yeah, it attacks each hero on the closest hero's tile with a ball of fire. If it hits, we are dead. It is game over. If it misses, we have a single hit point left. So it's gonna roll a +7. Yep. 15 plus 7 is definitely more than 15. So we take 2 damage. That ends the turn, and yes, we are at the beginning of our turn at 0. No more healing surges. Well, unfortunately, Alyssa didn't make it, at least in this adventure. I'm going to assume each adventure is like its own little separate timeline, because, you know, she'll probably come back in a future adventure. Well, that was a bummer. It didn't even get to the exciting part of the vampire waking up. But it made things a little more interesting. Oh well, so be it. We'll try Adventure 2 next time with a group of heroes and see if they can do better than a lone hero. Well, thanks very much everybody for watching, even if it was kind of a lame ending. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for liking videos, both on Board Game Geek and YouTube, and for all the kind comments. It's very much appreciated. And I will see you next time when I start yet another board game playthrough. So long.